Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from www.tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. Now this is the monthly astrological reading for Aries. I was in two minds about starting these videos today because I'm trying to get through stuff and whatever, but I found a bit of a gap, so I was like, okay, let me see if I can get like a video or two in. So this is for Aries in the month of March. So let's see. Just like I've been doing previously, February was a bit different because obviously we had the love readings and stuff. So, like the readings were a bit more centered around that. But I'm going to be starting off with your finances first, then your love situation for those that are coupled and those of you that are single, and then we're going to be going to move on to your spiritual cards, and then I'm going to pick a angel of love card for you to see what kind of whatever additional message those cards have for you. Now, the finances cards that showed up for you is the Devil with the King of Pentacles. And so to me, those cards together are signifying it's a work situation that to me is a challenging situation. It's almost like you're putting in a lot of work, you're making a lot of effort to apply yourself, maybe even to move up or to make a good impression, but it's almost like the environment is just it's a difficult work environment. It could mean that maybe you're just under a lot of pressure, maybe to create results. That's kind of what I'm really feeling. I'm really feeling like it's a really pressurizing situation where there's you have a lot of responsibility and you're really forced to really not only prove yourself but to really show your worth in when it comes to your work. Like um I don't know, I almost get the impression like I don't know why, but the what keeps on coming to mind is call center for some reason. Like to me, it's like that kind of thing where it's like you have certain targets you have to meet, and you're really pressured to meet these targets, and it's like your employer doesn't really care what is going on in your life or what circumstances you're in or whatever. You just have to meet those targets, and so I really get this feeling of just again feeling like there's a lot of pressure, feeling like you have to perform to this really high standard. To me, the Devil can represent a work environment where um it's almost like it represents for me big business, and big business is really serves itself. Like it doesn't really serve the employees, it really serves the company itself. And it's like that kind of environment where all they really are going to care about is the profits and the gain and everything else that comes from it. Now the King of Pentacles is good when it comes to profits and gains. Like he is good at at working hard and being committed and being dedicated to his position that he plays. He's a very responsible king, so he will make sure that the job gets done and everything is fulfilled. The only thing that I see here is that I feel like, especially with the energy of the Devil, is that it's almost like you feel bound to the job that you're doing, and it's not a pleasant situation. It's almost like a situation where you just feel, it's like you feel stuck. But I don't feel like you feel stuck because you feel like you have to stay in the position. I feel almost like you might be feeling stuck because you feel responsible for the job that you do. It's almost like you are in this position technically, voluntarily, but you feel like you have to really perform, you have to really do what is expected of you or required of you. And even though it's a lot of pressure on you, you're still going to feel compelled to do what you're supposed to do. um And to be honest, with the King of Pentacles, you may find that you do gain from the situation. So you may find that, materially, like when it comes to money, money might actually improve because of the hard work and the effort and everything that you're putting in. But the downside to it is that you're not happy in the situation you're in because you're feeling overworked. So I would say do be careful with, really working really, really hard. Like I would say just be careful because of the toll that it can take on you physically as well. Because, both of these cards, like the Devil and the Pentacles cards, can represent like physical things, material attributes, physical things, and your body also is physical. So I would say like do be careful. Like try not to burn yourself out physically is what I would say in the month of March, because I feel like you potentially can do that, Aries, which to be honest I kind of get, because all people that I know that are Aries, they are also hardworking as well, and they really are the type that you know you do take your responsibility seriously in terms of your work and your commitments. So I can definitely see that maybe for some of you guys you could end up being, overworked and stuff. So do be careful. So yeah, when it comes to those of you that are in relationships, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is, for some of you guys, this to me is really speaking of a committed relationship, possibly even a long-term relationship. Because it's the Ace of Pentacles, it can be saying that maybe a relationship is moving into a deeper sense of commitment. Maybe the two of you have decided maybe to move in together, or you've decided maybe to pool your funds together. Like it's almost like the two of you have decided to really solidify the union that the two of you have. But what I'm seeing here is with the Eight of Pentacles with it, is that it's saying that this might have been a situation where you guys have had to really work on your relationship in order to bring it to the point of solidifying it. Like maybe for some of you guys it could have been that um for some of you guys, it could have even been a situation where you may have broken up with somebody for a time and got back together with this person. Like maybe the two of you were on a break, and so now that you guys have been, got back together, you've decided, okay, we have to work on things even more to solidify things or to really commit to each other. It could be that kind of situation, or it could be a situation where maybe you've had to maybe because you've wanted to solidify things, you've had to do certain things over again, look over things over again. Because it's almost like there's this element of commitment that is taking place, but you've had to work on this commitment. It's not a commitment that has just come about. It's almost like you've had to make the effort to bring this relationship to this point, and the effort has come from maybe the two of you actually seeing maybe where the relationship was falling a bit short, and you guys have decided to say, well, do you know what, we have to really look over things, see how we can improve things in order to make it even better. But it's almost like with these cards coming together is saying that the efforts that the two of you have made in terms of this relationship is definitely going to bring about a closer bond between the two of you. So, I think a lot of the time, sometimes we forget that it really does take an effort. It really does take work for a relationship to work out. If the two of you are not willing to put in the effort, then obviously the relationship can fall apart. But what I'm seeing with these cards is that the two of you are willing to make that effort because you are wanting to do things over again to make things better for the both of you. So I really like that kind of energy that is coming together with these cards, because to me it's sort of showing that the relationship is moving into a place where it's becoming more stable. And again, with this new beginning, can be showing that maybe the two of you have decided upon solidifying things, maybe even by, like I said, purchasing a house together or living together, or yeah, like again, maybe having a joint account, doing something that kind of just maybe bumps things up to the next level for the two of you. For those of you that are single, the cards were a bit interesting. It was the Chariot with the Eight of Swords, and what that is kind of telling me is For those of you that are really wanting a relationship, um I feel like there's a desire that some of you guys may be having for a relationship, but you might be feeling stuck in some kind of way, like you're feeling like you can't get the relationship that you want, or it's not attainable for you for some reason, or this person that you're interested in might not be attainable for you. Um, for some of you guys, it could mean that maybe this person is at a distance. Maybe there's a physical, like a physical distance between the two of you, like location wise. And that's kind of what makes you think, I don't think this relationship will work because they live all the way here and I live all the way there. And I just don't see how we're going to be able to be together. Like it could be that kind of situation. Or, or what I'm even seeing, I even get the impression that for some of you guys it could have been that you might be single now, but maybe before you were in a relationship where you were really determined to try and keep the relationship together, but then it's like you became worried about the situation and you felt like it couldn't move forward anymore, like the relationship couldn't move forward anymore, or maybe you just couldn't hold things together any longer. It's almost like you felt that things were somehow out of your control, even though you were trying to control it. And so that's kind of the general theme I'm getting with the singles, is like maybe there's a situation where you tried to control it, you tried something, you wanted something, but then it's like you felt like it was out of your hands, like you couldn't move it forward, you couldn't bring it about how you intended it to. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling for singles in the month of March. So it might not be the time where a relationship really moves forward or you find somebody, but it's more a situation where I kind of get this impression of maybe there'll be a sense of disappointment in again wanting to be with somebody, but it's not coming about the way you exactly wanted it to. So yeah, those are those cards. Now the spiritual cards are the Three of Cups with the Nine of Wands, which is an interesting combination. Because the Three of Cups usually is like a celebratory card. It's usually a card of having fun with either friends or family, people that you're around, socializing. But then the Nine of Wands is a very different energy. It's like a tiredness, a weariness. To be honest, when I look at these cards, it kind of reminds me of them work and finances cards. When I look at the Nine of Wands, because it's almost, it might be a situation where you might not be able to party and have fun and do that kind of stuff because you're too tired because of work commitments, other responsibilities. You might just be feeling like, I just don't have the time, I just don't have the energy to do things that I even enjoy doing, or being able to be social or anything like that. So I would say in March, do be careful about being all work and no play. Try to kind of find the balance in between there. And I think these kind of do connect spiritual, because I think the more spiritual meaning behind these cards is definitely that I think that that's the message that spirit wants you to know, is don't be all work and no play, because I think that you can take on a lot of things, and I think you guys being an Aries, you can take on a lot of responsibilities, and because you have all these responsibilities, you're going to try to do your best to see them through. But the issue is that at the same time, you can be working yourself to the bone, and you're not really having that time for yourself, having that time to kind of chill out a bit and relax a bit. And so I think in March is kind of saying, try to make that time for yourself. And also when it comes to this, like, spiritual messages, it's also about celebrating your victories as well. If you have been accomplishing a lot, really take the time out to also give yourself a pat on the back for the accomplishments that you have, the things that you have achieved for yourself. Sometimes we always have our eyes on the next prize, what's the next thing for me to obtain, or what's the next thing that I have to do, and then we don't take the time out to really say that, yeah, we actually did a job well done, and to give ourselves that credit that we deserve for the things that we have achieved. So yes, that's something else to bear in mind. Now, the angel card that came out for you is Precious Gift, and it says on there, if you can see, and but I think it's reversed. So, it's friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. So to me, again, it's saying about, that angel message or the spiritual message of not being all work and no play. Is saying that you have to take time out for your family, for your friends, and to really appreciate life as it is. Again, I feel like you can get caught up doing so many things that you can overlook so much. And so it's sort of saying that you need to take the time out to smell the roses, and to just really take things in, and just um give yourself the time that you need as well, uh to sort of, to just get yourself together, and to just slow things down a little bit, because I just feel like there's a lot of energy that you're going to be exuding, and it's like you just need to sort of just find the time in between that to kind of be able to relax as well. And again, it says do not lose sight of what is important, because that's another thing. Sometimes we can be so busy that we just don't spend the time with friends and family and people that we care about, and we can get so caught up in other things. And you know especially something that I've come to find, recently for me, is it's so important, the relationships that we establish with our friends and family, and we really do have to show our love and our appreciation for the people that are in our lives, because unfortunately we're not here forever, and it is really important for us to really show how much we love the people that are in our lives. So yes, that's the message for you, Aries. Thanks. Bye.